Hey everyone, it's Vanessa and welcome back to my channel, and I'm so excited to bring you what I think is one of the most helpful videos I've ever done, and that's my top 10 adults-only all-inclusive resorts in Jamaica. And I've never done this one before because, to be honest, it's pretty hard to find 10 adults-only all-inclusives in Jamaica, period, let alone 10 good ones. They've got many all-inclusives, but adults-only options are much harder to come by in general these days, and Jamaica is no exception. So I took my time making my list for this one, for years actually, and I've finally come up with 10 adults-only options that I'm really happy with, and I think you will be too. So let's get into it. Number 10, Hideaway at Royalton Negril. Those of you in the Passport Pages community know how much I love adults-only resorts within a resort, as it offers you the best of both worlds. And this property is just that, located in the southern part of Bloody Bay in beautiful Negril. And before I get into the property specifics, I just want to point out what an ideal location this resort is in. Now, Sangster Airport in Montego Bay is 90 minutes away, so that's definitely not convenient. But what is great about this location is all the surrounding attractions. You've got Cool Runnings Water Park just 2 minutes away, literally. World famous 7 Mile Beach is 7 minutes, and Rick's Cafe, which is a must when in Negril, is 15 to 20 minutes away. So great activity options all around you, and that's of course in addition to what's available on site. So the resort is located right next to the family-friendly Royalton Negril, so you can pop over and share all of their amenities, although there will be kids running around and the vibe will be different. So if you prefer staying within the Hideaway, it does have its own ocean view pool with swim-up bar, with a very fun and social atmosphere during the day, with music and lots of activities like water aerobics classes in the pool, things like that. And then the beach is much quieter and more laid back, although it isn't very wide and there is a good amount of seaweed, but the water is very calm and you'll see a lot of guests snorkeling. And I know some of you have been asking for good snorkeling resorts that you can do right on site, and this is a good one for that. For dining, you have several options for bars as well, and of course all of the options at the bigger property, although they get much more crowded and you usually have to wait longer, so don't head over there if you're super hungry. Now, one of the best aspects of this resort is their 166 rooms. They're very, very nice, bright and modern, with mini bars, standalone jetted tubs, and all of them have furnished balconies or terraces with ocean views, which is big. And those on the first floor have swim-out access as well. So wonderful rooms here, great amenity and activity options, especially when you factor in the options next door and the immediate surrounding area. And if you can overlook the seaweed and the long drive to get there, you'll be very happy with this one. Number 9, Breathless Montego Bay. A great adults-only option if you're looking for a fun and young vibe. It was opened in 2017, just 20 minutes from the airport along the bay of the peninsula, so you get great views pretty much from anywhere around the property. As far as guests, this is one of those resorts that attracts singles, younger couples, and especially groups of friends looking to have a good time. Now, the interesting thing is the nighttime entertainment here is pretty limited, but during the day, it's a non-stop party with DJs playing music from breakfast all the way through the rest of the day, with the highlight being their frequent foam parties. The 150 rooms are definitely a highlight, with each one coming with a mini bar and a furnished terrace with big jetted tubs and either pool or bay views. And if you upgrade to a suite, you'll also get butler service and the option of a swim-out room. The dining here is good as well, with 7 options, and are you ready for this? The option to dine for free at almost 20 options in the neighboring resorts of Secret St. James and Wild Orchid. More to come on those later. So some of the best dining variety at a Jamaican all-inclusive, with 5 bars and lounges as well, including swim-up, lobby, poolside, and even a rooftop bar with infinity pool up there as well. But not surprisingly, most of the activity and guests can be found around the main pool, which, in addition to the pool bar, also has a zero entry area, hot tubs, and plenty of surrounding loungers with umbrellas. But take note that it's actually the smaller freestyle pool where they have most of the foam parties, so it can get a little bit crowded when the resort is at full capacity, but still lots of fun. Now, the main reason this resort is lower on my list is because if you want the beach, you have to go across the road to the Secrets properties, so definitely not the most convenient. But I still recommend it if you're looking for a fun and social resort that plays techno music across the entire property throughout the day, so take note if that would bother you. All in a modern and attractive setting with really nice views. It's a great resort to enjoy yourself, especially when traveling with friends. And as promised, number 8, Secrets Wild Orchid Montego Bay. So this is actually one of the nicest looking adults-only all-inclusives in Jamaica. And because it's in Montego Bay, it's only a 20-minute drive from the airport, so a big plus there. And it's got a pretty unique location, sitting on a small peninsula, which means it sits away from most resorts on that popular strip of beach. So not within walking distance of too much, which might be a downside for some, but that means you get over a mile of private beach. And I can't stress enough what a luxury that is in Jamaica, and probably the biggest plus of this resort in my opinion. Now, I've talked about this before, but when you pull up to the gate, you'll see a sign for this resort on the left and one for Secret St. James on the right. And while the two properties do share a lot of the same features like the beach and dining and the spa, the main thing that sets them apart is the much more modern style of Wild Orchid and the very in-demand option of swim-out rooms for preferred club members. So let's talk about those 350 rooms, which offer very nice 4-poster beds, daily restocked minibars, and jetted soaking tubs. And while you don't get ocean views with every suite like my last pick, this one also includes a furnished balcony or terrace with every suite option. So let's head outside and continue talking about the best thing here, which is the beautiful white sand beach, which is so pretty and peaceful and private, the 3 Ps, and doesn't share any of its views or borders with any other properties. So a great place to spend the day with clear warm water and lots of nice lounge chairs to relax on. For pools, the main pool can get crowded during peak times, but it's got wonderful views and plenty of shaded loungers surrounding it, as well as a great swim-up bar and open-air restaurant. And speaking of dining, between the two properties, you get 10 options. And since they don't take reservations, you usually have to wait a bit, but definitely worth it as the dining options are better quality than most. Lots of activity options as well, although do be careful to know which ones are included, like dance classes, yoga, aerobics, and cooking classes, versus the ones that are an extra cost, like scuba diving, horseback riding, and golfing. But all in all, a very attractive property with a unique yet convenient location with tons of amenities and activities, with the main complaint being having to share a lot of things with the sister property next door, which leads to longer wait times. But I still highly recommend this one for you guys. Number 7, Couple Sans Souci. So now let's head to Ocho Rios, 2 hours from the airport, so it's out there, where you'll find a very unique property that actually originated as a timeshare apartment complex in the 1960s. So it's actually maintained its apartment complex style design with multiple units sprinkled over its 35 acres. But what really differentiates this couple's resort from the 3 others, and really more than most all-inclusives in Jamaica, is its lush and almost unspoiled setting, more like a St. Lucia's setting, with lots of paths that wind through thickets of jungle and hidden enclaves and grottos, and even a natural lake that has an amazing population of birds and reptiles. So a wonderful property to walk around and explore, and they even have an incredible waterfall which flows directly into the ocean. And I'm not sure if he's still there, but they had a resident sea turtle mascot that they named Charlie, and he likes to hang near the waterfall. So you've got waterfalls, grottos, beaches, lakes, jungles, just a very nature-centric, almost rustic vibe. And that unfortunately carries over into the 148 rooms, which are also very dated and rustic, or this resort would be much higher on my list. So most of the interior decor and style could use some updating, that's for sure, but the main draw of this property is the outdoors, and you get beaches here. The main beach is a secluded cove location, while the second beach is actually bigger and even has a pool, and that's known as the nude beach, where clothing is prohibited. So it's not just clothing optional from morning until evening, and if you're not comfortable with that, but still want to check that beach out as well, you can definitely do so if you wait until the evening hours when that switches over. The resort also offers several smaller pools, 4 to be exact, each with a bar, either pool bar or swim-up bar for 2 of them, with a total of 4 bars and 3 dining options. Some of the standout activities they offer here include catamaran cruises, water skiing, and glass bottom boat rides. So overall, you get an all-inclusive with a very unique setting and landscape, with plenty of room for exploring, so it never feels crowded, which is ideal for couples. The downside, of course, is the outdated rooms and overall style, and for some, the nude beach area might be a downside as well, although a definite upside for others, so it really depends on the guest. But the 2-hour drive is definitely a downside that I think all guests can agree on. But still, one of the most unique and unspoiled settings of any resort in Jamaica, and one I really recommend for a romantic getaway, especially for honeymooners. Number 6. Couples Negril. Yes, another couples pick, but this one definitely takes things up a notch in a lot of ways. So it's located in Bloody Bay, just north of Negril, 90 minutes from the airport, so another long ride, and compared to its neighbors Swept Away, you'll immediately notice that it's much more peaceful, and usually the rates run a little cheaper as well, so that's a positive. It is smaller, but they more than make up for it with a lot of unique and romantic touches, like candlelit dinners on the beach, and a treehouse-style treatment room at the spa, and lots of banners on guest doors announcing who's celebrating a honeymoon or anniversary, which is pretty much everyone. Lots of activities here to keep you busy as well, with scuba diving, boat tours, and catamaran cruises, and a really beautiful beach with lots of loungers. There's also a secluded nude beach area with its own hot tub and bar, and something to note, individuals are not allowed alone. You must use that beach as a couple. But the main gathering spot is their palm-lined pool with thatched roof swim-up bar and 2 hot tubs, lots of dining variety here, although the quality is a little hit or miss, so that's another downside for this one for me. The 234 rooms, however, are nice and modern with furnished terraces, daily restocked minibars, and they've brought back turn-down service as well. But probably my biggest tip for the rooms is regarding the views. If you book an ocean view, you might just get a partial view, which has upset some guests in the past, and also some rooms have a bird's eye view of the nude beach, so that might cause some problems for some of you. So just wanted to give you a heads up to beware of those things when booking. And another downside is that there aren't any elevators, so that could rule this property out for some of you with mobility issues. But enough of the negatives, there are definitely many wonderful things about this place, from its gorgeous beachfront location to its romantic setting, nice rooms, which as you can tell aren't as easy to find as you'd think, chic pools and nice spa, and good activity options. So if you're a couple looking for an adults-only all-inclusive, this is an excellent pick for laid-back couples looking to celebrate a romantic occasion in Jamaica. Number 5, Sunset at the Palms. So this underrated all-inclusive is located on the northern side of Negril, 90 minutes from the airport, and they do offer free transport, but it sits across the street from Bloody Bay. So it isn't beachfront, but there is a crossing guard to help you safely cross over. And if you're looking for quiet seclusion, this is one of the best all-inclusives in Jamaica for a relaxing getaway. And while there isn't anything walkable, there is a lot within easy driving distance. Margaritaville is 5 minutes away, downtown Negril is 10, and Rick's Cafe is 15. So like I said, the overall atmosphere is one of quiet relaxation. No techno music or nighttime entertainment, which might be a negative for some, but if you're looking for a laid-back all-inclusive, This is a very affordable option for couples and even groups who tend to be repeat customers, which is always a good sign. The grounds themselves are beautiful, very lush and green, with lots of labeled flowers and trees. They even offer guided walking tours twice a week, and it's so quiet at night that you can even hear the crickets and tree frogs, which is very unusual for an all-inclusive. But my favorite thing about this place is their 85 treehouse style rooms, which are in stilted 2-unit bungalow style structures, and you just feel very hidden and tucked away from the world. Each one has a patio with a daybed and table and chairs, so a great place to spend time, although I will caution you, try to request your room away from the street because the road noise can be an issue if your unit is too close. But the tree houses are air conditioned and come with mini bars, and the villas are great for groups as they come with much more space, with multiple bedrooms, bathrooms, a second living room, and even 2 balconies. Now, the beach across the street isn't all that big, but they do provide free loungers with umbrellas, and non-motorized activities are included as well. Just remember to grab your beach towel that's provided in your room before heading over. The pool is actually a decent size, especially for the number of guests, and does have a swim-up bar, and it's always quiet here. People chat and mingle, but it never gets loud, although it does get a little bit more crowded later in the day once guests have returned from their day trips and want to lounge in the pool and grab a drink. All of the dining is open air in keeping with the whole indoor-outdoor living theme here, and the food is very good with a nice variety, especially for a smaller resort. Like I said, this isn't a resort to come to if you're looking for a lot of action and entertainment options, but at night they do have a lobby bar with live music most nights, and in general, they offer a rotating schedule of musicians. So despite the lack of beach and entertainment, and even factoring in the longer drive to get there, I still highly recommend this all-inclusive for many reasons. First and foremost, it's affordable. The grounds are beautiful, just filled with beautiful flowers and trees, and of course, the treehouse style rooms are so special and charming and romantic, you have to try them at least once. And maybe best of all, it's a very relaxing place to unwind and feel like you're hidden away from the world. Number 4. Hyatt Zilara Rose Hall. If you're looking for a posh option, here it is, located right on Route A1, which means it's completely surrounded by all-inclusive resorts, making it even more impressive that it stands out among all the surrounding competition. And best of all, it's only 15 minutes from the airport. Free shuttle included, so very convenient, especially if you're one of those travelers that wants to be off the plane and in the pool, drink in hand, in a matter of minutes. So as many of you know, this resort was part of a 2-resort project, Hyatt Ziva being the other, and there's no question this is the nicer of the 2, with a very strict adults-only policy, more than most resorts. So the vibe is very elegant, quiet, and relaxed. A little secret, they actually have staff posted 24 hours between the 2 properties to make sure that kids don't cross over. That's how strict we're talking. But it does do the trick in maintaining the atmosphere. The style and design of the property are so attractive. They really did a great job with a tropical luxury style throughout the property, especially in the design of the rooms, which are so nice. They feel very relaxed yet luxurious, and each one comes with well-stocked mini bars with snacks and furnished terraces or balconies. And if you get a balcony, you'll have either partial or full ocean views. The property itself offers every amenity possible, but let's begin with the highlight, which is their very nice and good-sized pool. And even though there's just the one, it's more than big enough even when the property is at full capacity, with a unique multi-tier design, which helps everything feel much more spread out, and there are endless bar and drink options with a swim-up bar, several surrounding bars around the immediate pool area, and of course, poolside drink service, which is very nice and prompt. Between the 2 properties, you have access to 11 dining options with even beachfront options, and just note some do have dress codes, but they don't really enforce them. The food itself is a standout, very good and high quality, but this is one of those resorts where the restaurants can be closed without notice depending on the season and guest capacity levels, which happened a lot during the peak of the pandemic, so just be prepared for that possibility. So far, as you can see, this resort ticks all the boxes, except for one, and that's unfortunately the beach. It's actually man-made and, unlike the pool, is too small for the size of the resort, plus the sand is pretty rocky and the water is usually full of seaweed and pretty murky, although relatively calm for swimming. But honestly, if it weren't for the beach, this would be a pretty perfect property and one I highly recommend for an adults-only, all-inclusive experience. Number 3, the Caves. A lot of people don't think this small boutique resort is all-inclusive, but it is, and adults only as well. And it's my recommendation if you're looking for a romantic stay in Jamaica, located 90 minutes from the airport, right on Negrill's limestone cliffs, which gives it such a special setting on the dramatic seaside cliffs with steep stairways that go down to the water. So not the best if you have mobility issues, but boy is it pretty. When you arrive, you'll notice the colorful cottages connected by paths cut into the cliffs, and both the views and especially sunsets are just amazing, some of the best anywhere in Jamaica. Now, with only 12 rooms available, this resort never has more than 24 guests at any given time, and you can choose from both 1 and 2 bedroom suites and cottages, and each one offers plenty of space, including outdoor space, incredible views, and of course, privacy. Each one does have air conditioning, and you get daily restocked mini bars with some snacks as well. While dining is limited, since it's such a small boutique resort, they more than make up for it in the quality and taste. Such good food, some of the best at a Jamaican all-inclusive, and you can tell they really take pride in making every dish special. Something I highly recommend, especially if you're celebrating a honeymoon or anniversary, is to head down to one of the several grottos at the base of the cliffs where you can book a private 5-course candlelit dinner, which is included. Just be sure to make reservations, and that's one of those once-in-a-lifetime, very special experiences that's a must-do. Their clifftop bar is another must-try, especially on their barbecue jerk chicken nights. They make some of the best. Now, while there's no actual sandy beach on property, which might be a negative for some, they do have stairways carved into the cliffs so you can still swim in the ocean, and snorkeling and kayaking trips around the caves are also included. They also have a small saltwater pool and even a mini spa where you can book treatments right over the ocean. So everything about this resort oozes romance and seclusion, from the beautiful setting to the dining and especially the sunsets. And there's no better adults-only all-inclusive option to celebrate a romantic occasion in Jamaica. Climbing the list at number 2 is Iberostar Grand Rose Hall. And if you didn't know, the Rose Hall area is the golf capital of Jamaica, so lots of course options for golfers, and it's located only 20 minutes from the airport along the northern coast of Montego Bay. So it's part of a 3-resort complex, with the other 2 being Rose Hall Beach and Selections Rose Hall Suites. But of course, this is the best and most luxurious option of the 3, and the first advantage of this one is you as a guest can enjoy all the amenities of the other 2 resorts, but they can't come over to this one, which definitely keeps crowds down and makes everything a bit more peaceful. Now, the style here is interesting. I wouldn't say it's the best. When you enter the lobby, you get more of a Vegas feel than tropical vacation, and the style and decor throughout the property are starting to look a bit tired and dated. That's my only criticism of the property, honestly, which, with everything else the resort offers, is a very minor issue. The Vegas look does unfortunately carry over into the 293 suites, but a lot of positive amenities in them, with big balconies or terraces that have swings and couches, so a lot of space to hang out, daily restocked mini bars as well, plus butler service is available for all guests. Outside, the half-mile stretch of beach is not surprisingly the least crowded of the 3, and the sand is kind of your generic half-powder, half-pebble consistency, so not bad, but not great either, but nice clear water with lovely sunbeds. But the best part is, of course, the missing crowds and quieter atmosphere. so if you're looking to relax, it's a good beach to do so. But the best part of this resort, and one of the best of any resort in the area, is their pool. It's a big infinity style with multiple levels of water and has a footbridge, swim-up bar, and really nice cabanas and loungers. The pool area is also on the quieter side, although they do play loud music, and when you get thirsty, you can of course grab a drink from the swim-up bar or ask a waitstaff member if you prefer staying put. Your all-inclusive rate will of course include unlimited drinks at 4 bars, and a lot of the bartenders have specialty drinks, dining at 6 restaurants, 24-hour room service, plus dining at the other 2 resorts, so a lot of bang for your buck and variety here. And the food is overall very good, but they do require reservations to manage guests since it's a 3-resort complex. So I know some guests find that inconvenient, and sometimes it's hard to find your preferred time slots, but those are the times that I definitely encourage you to fall back on that included room service. For activities, you get a round of golf at either Cinnamon Hill or White Witch, which is a really nice perk, all non-motorized sports as well, and then at night they have a theater with nightly shows as well as a late night club. They also have a casino, but it's pretty mediocre, so there are better ways to spend your time. So other than the old-fashioned style, this resort offers a very high-quality all-inclusive experience, and one everyone will be happy with. And my number 1 pick is Excellence Oyster Bay. It's so beautiful, you guys, and tucked away in its own private peninsula in Trelawney Parish, just 40 minutes from Montego Bay, so not too bad a drive, especially for the privacy you get. And this is definitely more of a resort for those looking for some peace and quiet. It's one of those rare resorts in Jamaica, especially for an all-inclusive, that you do actually feel like you're away from it all and having an actual getaway. And the big reason for that is its location. Not just because it's on a peninsula, but also because it's past thick mangrove trees and a bioluminescent bay, and just everything around you makes for a great escape. So no spring breakers or vendors disrupting your relaxation here, which is really nice. Like everything else, the rooms are very attractive and modern, and as many times as I've talked about this resort, I don't think I've mentioned that you get some of the best sleep here. Not only are the beds great, but it's very quiet at night, and they've got some powerful air conditioning, all of which makes for some really good rest. And of course, all rooms come with daily restocked minibars, 24-hour room service, and even turn-down service. Dining and drinking are wonderful, some of the best inclusive dining. Reservations aren't necessary, but just take note that dress code is enforced a bit more than some of the other properties we've talked about, but really nice atmosphere at most of the restaurants, especially if you're celebrating a special occasion. The beach is very nice and, for the most part, stays seaweed free. You have plenty of loungers, and beachside waitstaff is really on their game, making sure everyone is well taken care of. And the same can be said of the pool, which has plenty of in-water and poolside loungers, and the waitstaff here is wonderful as well, bringing both drinks and snacks. The one minor gripe with this resort is that airport transfer is not included, but can definitely be arranged through their concierge services. But I think that for the elevated experience you get, especially with all that's included, even gratuities and fees, it's a very reasonable nightly rate as well. And just because it's a relaxing resort doesn't mean it's boring. Plenty of excursions available during the day, and then at night, theater shows liven everything up, and the martini bar stays open late afterward for those looking to finish the night with a drink or two. So if you're looking for a luxury, adults-only all-inclusive in Jamaica, they do everything well here, making it my number 1 pick in Jamaica. So I hope you enjoyed my first adults-only all-inclusive video for Jamaica. And like I said at the beginning, adults-only options are definitely getting few and far between, but I'll always keep my eyes open for new ones and share them with you guys. If you have a preference for adults-only or family resorts, please let me know. I always value your opinion, and they're very helpful for our community as well. This is Vanessa for Passport Pages. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all very soon. Bye, guys.